Hi! Our work of today on this drawing lesson is an still life. We have here 3 fruits, and this is what we are going to draw today. Don't worry too much about drawing the plate at this stage. And for this particular drawing we need HB pencil, 2B pencil, an eraser, a pencil sharpener, and paper. Any kind of paper would do to do this drawing. Even photocopier paper, the simple one, can do. Okay, let's start our work. Let's start using our HB pencil. The 3 fruits can be enclosed in 3 different geometric shapes. We do that with the purpose of actually simplifying our drawing. And the pear in this case can be enclosed within a triangle. The apple can be enclosed within a circle. And our lemon in an oval. Let's bring our circle a little bit lower, and our lemon looks alright. Now, second stage is to start drawing the real shape of our fruit. Our pear, stem at the top, our apple, is stem as well, and giving a little bit of more detail to our lemon. Okay, are we happy with it? And they look, yes, real, solid. What do we do now? We start by erasing the lines that we don't need anymore. It is very important to always start drawing light lines. By doing that, we can correct any kind of mistake or anything that we want to change lately, right? So always pay attention to the pressure you put to the pencil. Pencil pressure is important, and it has to be light. You see what I'm doing? I'm cleaning the lines we don't need anymore. Okay? Now is the time for us to start shading. Always, before you start your shading, you need to know where the source light comes from. If it's on the right hand side or if it's on the left. For this particular drawing, we have it from the right. That means that our shading is going to be on the opposite side, on the left hand side. And as I said to you before, we will start with very fine lines. Very close to each other, giving us a sense of a shadow. By working on our shading, we are giving a 3D effect to our drawing. Now let's work on the apple. Similar work as we did with the pear. See the way that I'm actually drawing the lines? Somehow I'm representing the shape and also the texture of the skin of the apple. And let's work a little bit on the lemon. Now we are going to be working even lighter with the lemon, considering the lemon is the lightest. So in this case, we are going to be needing less lines for the shading. Okay. At the beginning of your drawing, particularly when you are doing your shading, you're not going to be happy with your work at this stage, probably. That happens because shading, when you start doing it, it looks a bit untidy. Just keep working, don't think about it. Pay attention to where the light comes from. Keep working on your shading and you will notice that by nearly the end of the drawing, everything comes to place. Everything looks real. I continued doing our shading, and observe the way that how I'm doing it. I'm following the lines on the skin of the apple, just giving it 3D effect. Okay? Now, at this stage, we have to judge which fruit is darker, which fruit is lighter. In this case, our apple is going to be darker, lemon is going to be the lightest, and middle tone is going to be our pear. That means that we have to work with more lines or more shading on an apple. We keep on working still with a high HP pencil, always paying attention at the pencil pressure. And at this time, I'm just working with the side of the pencil rather than its point. This is going to make our shading easier. Always check with the real thing, with your fruit, while you're doing your shading, which means don't keep on working blindly. You are doing your shading, but you are checking with the real thing. If your work is doing well, it's going well, of course. Another thing to consider is be very gentle when you are doing your shading, and try not to, with the palm of your hand, not to go over some part of your drawing. Otherwise, you're going to smudge it. You have to be careful and you have to work light and clean. Okay, let's start doing some shadows on the bottom of our fruit. So our fruit is actually sitting on the paper. And we don't need to remember where our light comes from, so we don't need that arrow anymore. We get rid of it. Okay, so far, are we happy with it? Yes. it looks real, it looks solid, three-dimensional. So in that case, we can get our 2B pencil, that is a softer pencil in this case than the HB one, and we will finish in our shading with it, giving darker tones in this case. Right, we are nearly close to the end of our work. This stage work only with a 2B pencil, as I said. And we are actually observing again against the real thing and see what other details can we include at this stage. Maybe the pear needs a little bit of more shading on this side. Not too much, otherwise it's going to be too dark and it's not going to actually be done with the right tone. Have a look at the apple. With our shading, we actually can see the lines, the irregularities on the skin of the apple. So we are going to give it a little bit of more dark tone on this area here. A bit at the top. Let's increase something on the left hand side of the apple. Some more shading here. And our lemon is practically done. See that I'm still working with the side of the pencil and holding the pencil at this distance as well. Bit of more shadow, or cast shadow, between these two fruit. And a bit more at the bottom of the lemon. Define a little bit more this part of the lemon. remember being very, very gentle and light, working very light on the lemon because it's the lightest fruit. Of course, the more lines you do, the darker will get. So we need to bear in mind that all the time. Well, our work is nearly finished. And when we are happy with it, we are going to do some highlights, very, very gentle, on this side of the apple with the rubber or eraser. My eraser has an angle here. I cut it, part of it, just to make it more thinner on this side, easier for us to do these highlights. Okay, simple, gentle touches like this with a rubber. We'll do something similar with the pear. And we are going to finally erase the lines that we don't want anymore. Cleaning any area that we want, and our work is done. It didn't cost us a lot of time, and overall we are happy with it. Thank you for watching, and we will continue with our next lesson very soon. Bye-bye.